A very good evening, East Africa. Welcome to yet a brand new and also exciting week of the desk. Now more than ever, I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. Now guess what? Tonight we're talking about something very exciting. Events, party, having fun. However, we're talking to the people that make those things happen, events managers. Now tonight on set with me is Shine Mubeezi. She's actually from a company that they manage events. They do events, weddings, birthday parties, name it. So we're going to be talking to her and finding out, as an industry, how has the pandemic affected them? What is the impact and what is the way forward? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? All in tonight's episode of The Desk. Now remember, we are broadcasting here at our home in the heart of Kampala, Nakasero Hill, 9th Avenue, at the UBC headquarters. Now you better sit back, relax if you are in events or you just want to know what's going to happen, what the event managers have in mind. Welcome to the show, Anne.
Thank you, Shadrach.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So let's just tell the viewers what company you work with and what you guys do.
All right. Like you said, my name is Anne, and I'm the CEO of the Heavenly Pattern. The Heavenly Pattern does events management, decor, setup and design. We also do fashion and design. But yeah, today I think we're focusing on events management. So we do events planning, coordination, and of all kinds of events. You know, there are different kinds of events.
Yeah.
There are social events, charity events, corporate events.
Yeah.
So we do all kinds of events. We plan, we coordinate, and we manage.
Well, what's the difference? Like, is there a difference where you're setting up a corporate, social, charity event? What distinguishes them?
It's every event. It depends on the client. So if it's a family event like a wedding, a wedding is, you set it up differently because now that one, love, white, flowers and everything. If it's a corporate event, you have to understand the company you're working with. So if I'm doing something with UBC, I'll have to know their colors. I will need to know what they stand for. So even as I'm getting service providers, even as I'm getting their decor, I put all that in mind. And for charity events, so every event is different depending on what the client wants, because as we plan an event, it's not that we are taking over the event, but we use what the client wants. The client will say, I want this and this, then you may advise them. Then you now start looking around for the service providers that best suits that event.
So Anne, is this what you're trying to say, that every time I go to an event, the colors that they've used or the theme colors usually communicate what the event is about? They
should communicate. You know, in Uganda, unfortunately, Ugandans haven't really gotten up to the events management thing. So when someone has an event, maybe UBC celebrating 100 years, someone may tell someone, the secretary, just do an event. So this is someone who is not professionally set to do this, but then others will hire an events planner. Now you can hire me or any events manager, and they do everything for you professionally because we've dealt with these events before. So it's not that everything is professionally done. Sometimes people just do things as they know best.
So hiring an events manager for an event, does that anyway add value to the event, or it's just you wasting money?
I know Ugandans really think of that. You think, Kisami, now that you want to propose to your girlfriend, you may think,
I should soon.
You should, by the way. So when you want to propose to your girlfriend, you think, let me tell my sister to just throw this and this together. But then we forget that your sister may be good at organizing. She's good, she knows how to pick this and this. But if you get someone who is professional, a professional events planner, I know different service providers. And service providers give us good discounts as events managers because they're not looking at me as a one-time client. They know I'm coming back. It's like I'm a marketing manager for them. So they will give me a discount. So you may think you're wasting money, but you're actually saving money by hiring me. Then that stress. Your sister will tell you, today my boyfriend called me, I can't make it. Or today I have to go to work. But for me, I handle it like a job. A job,
and for them, they'll just do, it's my brother.
It's my brother. But for me, I know this is my job. My work is at stake. And events managers also have different passions. So you may find someone who is very good at family events, weddings, introductions, birthdays, engagements. Then another one is very good at productions. Another one is good at launches, music launches, book launches and everything. Others are very good. So an events manager does all these things, but some people have a passion, and when you put them in that area where they thrive, they will do an excellent job.
So when you say one person is good at specific event, what do you mean by good? You mean by the smooth running of the event or setting up and the decor?
It's like a doctor. A doctor you can go to a doctor and he tells you, oh, just take Panadol for this. But then when you find a pediatrician, and you have a child, he will give you exactly what you want, because that is his call, that's his passion. He's sitting in his industry. You get it? So even events management, I know there are many people who say they're events managers, but to be an events manager, you need to have a passion and a desire to serve. So like naturally you love serving. So it's easy for you, for a bride to push you left, right and center, and you'll be there, you stay sane. So for us, our job is to stay sane while everything is running crazy, whereby you've showed up at an event and the service provider hasn't showed up, and you have to think very fast, now what do I do? But remember, when you're an events manager, you have like a whole line of service providers, you know. So you
like
call
a whole
this
database.
So you call this one, you call this, and then you're sorted in the end. So there's that beauty of hiring a professional events planner.
So I'm now getting you to understand your narrative, that an events manager is not someone who puts up things and the event happens. These are people who crisis manage in case a medewedeo, in case of music, food, there's something like that. So you crisis manage. This is someone who is able, like a shock absorber. When stress comes, they absorb your stress for the event. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is it. That is it. I remember a time I had I won't mention the hotel, but I had an event with a bride. We had planned for 50 guests, and so we went, everything was perfect. Then when it came to time for food, we realized we had about 75 people. So you know, I deal with the hotel. This is someone I'm going to come back to. So I just went to the banquet manager. Hey, so you talk to them nicely. In the end, they gave me 25 free plates, and this is a high-class hotel. So they did that not because they were wasting money, but they know when I do this for this events manager, she'll make sure she brings me another event. You get? So we are shock absorbers, like you said. We are shock absorbers, and this happens not just for weddings, but for every kind of event. When the music system dies, you work fast, you think fast, as in that's part of our job. So it's putting everything together. You know which service provider will work best with this person. You know, this kind of client has, they are perfectionists. I can't give them this kind of service provider. They need this. And we work well with your budget. The way you come, I know there's this kind of event, this is their budget, so I'll work with your budget. I'll get service providers within your budget.
Is that how an events manager ought to be, or it's just a trait with your company? Or are we talking the basics of a service provider, of an events manager?
No, that's what an events manager should be. So, like I said before, not everyone who says they're an events manager are events managers. So that's what an events manager is supposed to do. They should actually save you money. You get?
So I want you to look at that camera and tell the client. So what should the client expect of an events manager that they've gotten for their event under 30 seconds as we go for a short break?
Alright, so if you've gotten an events planner, make sure this person will be able to save you money, they will save you stress, they will enable you rest and enjoy your day, they will give you value for money, they will give you quality and professional service on your day. You get to relax, chill, and enjoy your beautiful day, whether it's a corporate event, a wedding, a charity event, whatever it is. You have value for your money when you hire a professional events planner.
Right, value for money is what you ought to get every time you hire an events planner that is actually professional, not these people who are kayungirizi. Now tonight with Shine Mubeezi, after the break, we come back and talk about how this pandemic has hit their industry. We were just understanding what they are all about, but do not go away. After the break, we're coming back. Well, if you're just joining us, I'm afraid you've missed the first insightful and also very educational episode of The Desk, where we're talking more of events, who an events manager is really. She's explained to us there are so many people who come as kayungirizi and they actually do not know what they are doing. But in the first segment, we were able to learn quite a lot and you can follow this very lovely discussion on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do it for Shadrach Kisame, do it for The Desk, and do it for U24 Television. Remember, we're still broadcasting here at our home, Nile Avenue, Nakasero Hill at UBC headquarters. Now, as the pandemic hit, remember, it hit everyone. The events, there's nothing to talk about. Now, these people were crushed until they were given at least 200 people to plan for. Just tell me, you as a person or as a company, how has this hit you in your industry?
It really hit us, because remember, initially we're not even supposed to have any event at all.
The first lockdown.
So it's like we're now unemployed. Get?
You are literally unemployed.
Unemployed. You have people to pay. You have a family to take care of. You're unemployed. For when the president decided now we can have events, that's when we were able to. But remember, people took long to get back on board. We had weddings and events lined up, and they had to be postponed. Some people ended up keeping their money because they didn't know if they were going to stay alive. So some people thought they might die, so they said, no, let me use my money to buy food. So it really hit the events industry quite a bit.
Did you go broke?
No.
Innocent.
No, but I didn't go broke.
You didn't go broke. So let's just talk about did you have events that had been booked prior to March 2020 and they had to be cancelled because someone had a date, say April 2020 or September 2020? Yes, we had events. My company had events that were lined up, but they had to be postponed. Actually, there's a particular event that till now the client wants a particular number of people, and they are not willing to reduce the number. So they are waiting for when the numbers will increase for us to have that event. Are you serious?
Yeah. So
they've been able to wait for 2 years because of the number of people.
Yeah, because you tell people, no, we can do online, but some people are like, no way. I want my event the way I had planned it. Like I told you, we have all kinds of clients, different clients. We got some clients on board because the numbers had been reduced, so someone said, this is my chance. However, the fact that the numbers were reduced doesn't mean the budget goes down, because now we'll include live streaming costs. We'll include the decor doesn't change. It's still the same decor, just maybe the number of people.
But the quantity reduces.
The quantity reduces really. The quantity reduces. Maybe food, the hall you're using. Maybe if it's a hotel. But because it's small, you want now to make it. Some people, clients are different. Some said this is my chance, so they do a small thing within a small budget. Others were like, this is my chance to now cut on the numbers, but have my lavish decor that I always wanted, to arrive in a Range Rover. That time I was going to do a Benz. So it depends on what the client wants, but at times a small number doesn't mean that the budget goes down.
Let's say, for instance, just this is all hypothetical. Let's say in a year you would have say 50 events. When COVID happened, let's say 2020, did you have any event?
Let me first remember. I think we first had like 6 months of no event.
Close.
Then now we have to think, should we have online events? But an online event is different, of course, but it's different. It's really different. I remember we started doing cooking events, we started doing different events, but it's not the same. Imagine you're at a graduation, you're doing a graduation event, and now it's time to cut cake, but the graduates are not there. You're here cutting cake, but anyway, I attended a graduation like that. I wasn't amused. As in, the other guys are cutting cake. For us, we are home, not even eating cake. So anyway, it's different. It's really.
So you eat virtually.
Yes, but no.
Stanley, you eat the food virtually.
Yes, you have to pay for graduation fees, really. So it's different, really. An online event is different from a virtual event. So of course the numbers really went down. Instead of where you'd have had maybe 20 events, you have like 5, and they are small. And you see, the smaller the number, the smaller the budget, so the less money you get, because most events planners focus on the budget. For me to charge you, I'll look at your budget and the number of people, because if I'm dealing with 500 people, it's more intense than dealing with 50 people. So of course we make more money when we have more people.
Do your clients still have any more money to run events?
Yeah, people have money. People have money.
So maybe COVID has hit only me.
We don't have money. People have money. People
are still getting married.
Because they are money. Yeah, people are getting married. People are doing their corporate events. People are doing their they just want, actually some people just want, can we like fully open up and we do our thing? So people are getting married, they're doing the engagements now. That's why people are now doing weird things. They'll do a pre-engagement something, then they'll do the engagement, then the proposal, because you cut the numbers.
Let me ask you now. These things that I've seen of girls, there's something I've never understood, where they're like in night dresses and they're on a bed and photos. Those things, I understand, you've seen those things where they're like night gowns, like night dresses.
They're not night, don't add night. They're gowns.
No,
these days, before they would wear just one color, but now the bride will wear with the rest. It has bride there and have bridesmaid. Then now she wears also a white one.
Okay, so what is that, for example? Because now I would honestly, I feel like that's wasting money. So what's that?
It's a trend. It's a trend. Times have changed, and like I said, people have money. So you're trying to reduce the. If you told them we have 500 guests, maybe they would not waste the money like that.
So you as an events planner, you guys come up with those things. What is that supposed to serve?
For someone, you know, like I said, brides are different. There are some bridezillas. Bridezillas are these brides who are like, may I want this, I want this, I want, like they want heaven on earth. So we give everyone what they want. So at times you have to be creative. You get it? So you do this as in they feel special on their day. I wear this and it has this, and I wear this and I have blingies.
I have never understood that event. Someone watching you should inbox me and tell me, Shadrach, that event means this. That's why they put on night dresses.
Guys don't. They are not night dresses. Guys don't get those things, but girls do. Girls love pictures. They like. Let me say showing off. Yeah, taking pictures. It's for taking pictures. You take pictures with your bridal team. Enjoy, cool off some steam, because now when you're walking down the aisle, every eye is on you and everything, you're like, now it's intense. But here in the morning, a girl wants to take pictures, look beautiful, say it's my day, and it's once. Remember, wedding is once. So you want to overdo. Okay, before we go for a short break, as they gave you deposits or monies for events before 2020 March, you also went ahead and booked, say, artists. You booked service providers, and they closed for like 7 months. And now this person comes up and is like, hey, I'm ready to do my event. I gave you my deposit. Can you ngereze konsasule? The artist tells you I'm no longer available. Service provider sent in as COVID wamulaba. How are you dealing with that kind of crisis? With that, it's because you're getting service providers, people you know. So if the person is booked on that day, you just discuss it with the client and you adjust, because COVID wasn't anyone's fault. So you just sit down with the client and the service provider and you get this sorted. Like I said, we are good at crisis management. So we sit down, we say, okay, the client, can you change a day? Can you do the day before? Can you do a day after? Can you do the next weekend? Because it's not the other person's fault. And maybe some people chewed their money, but still, you can't eat money. If I've given you money for decor, you can't eat. If you eat is that even right English? Eating money. If you chew the money, if you chew the money, then you have to find a way of replacing it when I'm back, because the event has to happen. It was just postponed. So actually, when COVID happened, we went and discussed with the service providers, told them that it's been postponed, but it will happen.
Wow. So you did not get any issues, nothing, no one ate money, nothing. You didn't get any crisis like that?
Like I said, you get service providers, you know, and also the kind of person you are. So I didn't get any issue like that. Now, do not go away. We are still with Shine Mubeezi, and we're trying to talk about, you know, in their events world, preparing, trying to understand what they do, how the pandemic has hit them. But after the break, we talk to her and find out how government can help them in their space serve better and live better post the pandemic. After the break, do not go away. The desk returns in a bit. Boy, oh boy, we are still having a very heated up conversation about things that make the soul happy, events, having fun, partying. But there are people who are professional and they are responsible for that fun you have. So today we are throwing a spotlight on their industry, and we're talking to events planner and Shine Mubeezi as a company, and they've done a number of weddings, events, corporate gigs. We've not talked about the corporate gigs, but we're going to talk about them. But
we are here at Nile Avenue at UBC headquarters, and you are on U24. Trust me, every time you see the desk on your screen, just know there's a solution that is coming your way. Now tonight I want you to be your judge. For you who is in the events industry, be the judge. Tell us if you've gotten something to learn. You who thought your business is kicking the bucket in terms of no customers, and here is telling us that you can actually still have events going on even during the pandemic and post the pandemic. How do you want government to say, come in your space and say, hey, this place is now more conducive, all of you can enjoy and have a blast?
I believe the government should just open up fully, because like I said,
it's at a great risk. Opening up fully is at a great risk.
Yeah, but we've learned to work around it. We've learned to protect ourselves. We've learned that if I'm in big crowds, I'll wear a mask, I'll sanitize, I'll do this and this. You get
have Ugandans learned?
Yeah, we have. 2 years. If you've not learned in 2 years, you just have a problem. So I believe we've learned. We know how to protect ourselves now, because it's like with HIV.
Yeah.
People learned that you don't have to run away from someone with HIV. Because
and you also don't have to sleep around.
You don't have to sleep around.
You don't have to sleep around.
Yes, you don't have to sleep. Yeah, so people, we just learned to work around this, to protect ourselves. So wear a mask, do this and this. But I believe what government can do for the events industry is open up fully, without limitations of numbers, because when we have very small numbers of 200, actually in the events world, 200 is a very small number.
Really?
Yeah, it's a very small number. Because now imagine a country with millions of people, and there is this event that's an annual event. You cannot tell me 200 people, like, what is that? You understand? So for us to survive in this industry, and the government, and for the government to help us, I would request for the government to open up fully, without limitations. We know how to protect ourselves. We know how to make sure we are covered.
That's it? You guys want loans? Because I have people who always sit where you're sitting there, and they're like, overcut taxes, over give us loans, over what? So you just want to open?
No, for starters, I think we should open. Because the taxes bit, if we are bringing in maybe decor items, or bringing chairs, tents, that will work. But for now, the most important thing is for us to open up fully. The loans, what happened to the 100k that was supposed to give us? I didn't get. Which people were supposed to get? I don't know.
No, you're not vulnerable. You have money.
It was vulnerable
people who have nothing.
Who also didn't have one?
But I don't know.
One employed.
I have friends who are called worship that Nabanja money. You're the one who works for government. I told them, guys, I work for government. I just work on TV. I don't even know Nabanja money.
And you work near the parliament. so I believe the loans. The loans, it may be tricky because Uganda is also borrowing. So what we can do right now, we request that open up fully, so that we have our big events. We have our corporate events, our end of year events, because now it's coming to the end of the year. We really need this money.
But the president says until we vaccinate approximately up to 4.8 million Ugandans, and that is estimated to go until January 2022. So you may want to kill your hopes for the remaining time of the year.
No. About vaccination, I believe it shouldn't be mandatory. People who want to be vaccinated should be vaccinated, and very many people, by they want to be vaccinated. Let them vaccinate. Let them allow. Okay, those who want to be vaccinated can be vaccinated.
But government wants to be sure. It's not. We don't have the luxury anymore. We don't have the luxury. Time has gone. The economy is crushed. We need to open up.
Yeah, which is true. Which is true. But the numbers that are being vaccinated, it shouldn't be. They should not say, because we don't have these numbers, we can't open up fully. I think it's not right to us. I think because I'm like a doctor. Just because for you you're treating people, I'm also treating people's hearts. You get
stress.
Yeah, people's stress. People are there. By the COVID has really, people are now not messed up. Like their mental places are not in the right place. So we just need people to enjoy. Go for a wedding. Go for a corporate event. Go for these kabakarans, go in Nkuka. Nkuka used to work for people. People stayed alive.
Nkuka is deadly. People are breathing on each other's neck. Someone is here, the other one is here. Nkuka was deadly. You can't talk about opening Nkuka with this kind of situation. No social distancing. There is nothing, no vaccines. No one is going to actually ensure that. So in such events, I'm not sure.
Now let me tell you, there's a time the numbers of Ugandans, they said people were really dying. Ugandans learned to stop playing games. So people know how to protect themselves, trust me. So those who think maybe they are vulnerable or they are the risk, they call them high risk what?
Yes.
High risk people.
Yeah.
Those ones can stay home maybe. But
How do you ensure they stay home?
No, because people realize that COVID actually kills.
Yeah.
So people don't play with COVID anymore. So they know if there is Nkuka, if I have my issues, I'll stay home and watch online.
Yeah.
But there are people who, you know, by the way, the physical touch, it's like the Lord God created. There's that physical, being physically together is different from being online. So that physical touch and presence is different from watching something online. So people just coming together, they get hope to live longer.
Now that you talk about God, you remind me of something very important. These days churches or fellowships have become like events. I don't know. Are you in church?
Yes. I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian. You people in churches have started setting up, like, you may think it's Sean Posing. There are places you go to in Kampala and they've set up and you think it's Sean Po coming. So was it pitched by you, events? What is that kind of, have you seen those kind of
Yes,
patterns?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. But one thing you should know is the most excellent place is heaven. You understand? So like
Have you been there?
To heaven?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I had a lot of people here on the like, you see, I'm like, guys,
But even if you've not gone to heaven, you know heaven. Heaven is not these things of soil and grass. It's very excellent. It's beautiful. So like I said before, we work with what the client wants. So some men of God, some preachers, pastors want something that befits the house of God.
Wait, so you go there as an events manager and you're paid? Oh, I thought it was for free. I remember when we were young, to go to church, where is the mukama? You're not supposed to be paid.
Yeah, there's when you're serving, but then there's when you're hired. You get, well, I serve in my church.
So churches are now hiring events planners?
Yeah, they can.
To get
because if you don't have a professional events planner in your church, you can hire someone from outside. So in my church, I can be an events planner. But now, if I'm hired by another church, then they will pay me.
They'll have to pay. Our time is really, really fast spent. We've come to the climax of the show. But your last words to Ugandans as we wind up.
All right. To the Ugandans out there, events are still happening. And I'm here. My name is Anne. The company is the Heavenly Pattern. I know there are so many events planners out there. So my advice is, when someone says they're an events planner, they are not telling you that they do decor. You know, many times people come and say, I'm an events planner. Oh, I need a decorator. I'm like, I said I'm an events planner. So we do your event from idea conception to planning to getting service providers. Then we coordinate the exact day, and at the end of the event we evaluate the event, how it went. So we are here to introduce to Ugandans, because we've had that technicality. Ugandans don't understand who an events planner is. An events planner is a professional person who plans, coordinates and manages your events for you. So at your rest, they save you money, they save you time, and they let you enjoy your day.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that was Shine Mubeezi, very enthusiastic and passionate about events management, events planning. And today I've had a lot of things to learn, because I personally also thought an events planner is the one that everybody before. But I think I have to have a change in mind, because they do quite totally different things. But she's told us that events management actually has money. Now for you who thought it was just a passion, you better go into it hard, make that money and sustain your family, sustain your life. Now, it's been a lovely audience. The desk for tonight stops here this week, but until next week, same place, same time, and of course same host. Good night, good luck, adios for God and my country, and may the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Ciao.